Hi guys, welcome back to Black Effing Guy and live long and prosper. So today we're going to discuss Star Trek. Not spoken about Star Trek for a while now. Please, before anyone says, oh my god, here we go again, clickbait, it's not being confirmed. Deadline last week reported that Star Trek Discovery writer Kalinda Vasquez, butchering the title, butchering her name up. Kalinda is supposedly writing an original script for a new Star Trek film, an upcoming Star Trek film. Now, how this has all come about, obviously we know there's an ongoing dispute with the Star Trek big screen franchise over at Paramount. CBS, obviously they're, in Viacom. I don't know the ins and outs of who owns who, but anyway, Discovery though, I love Discovery. It's almost kind of things where Discovery's getting mixed reactions. It's like some people love it and some people hate it. So the movies right now are up in the air. The JJ universe is up in the air. We had Noah Hawley, who was going to be doing an original Star Trek film that was revolved around a sort of COVID-esque pandemic in space. The studio basically were just like, that'll be fucking right. I like that idea, but just different time. Maybe do that in a few years' time because it's a good ballsy, idea. It's just too close to home. But the good news is, well, good news and bad news. J.J. Abrams' Bad Robot are still producing this new film, whatever it will come to. Obviously we've had Star Trek 4 commissioned several times. Quentin Tarantino, Noah Hawley, was a female director at one point. I can't remember her name. Is it by any chance Sarah something? I can't remember. And now we've got this one. But I think Noah Hawley had two ideas. One was a JJ movie, and one was just a kind of, I'm going to do a new film. Kind of like the way he explained it, and I think I've done this in a previous video. I think I explained it the way he explained it. It was similar to like his Fargo show. Like, it's not Fargo. You're watching a show, and then it's not like obviously we had the Fargo film back in 1996. We then had the Fargo reboot series or original series. It's now had series 4, obviously. But he explained it as you're halfway through watching the Fargo show. It's nothing like the film, and then all of a sudden there's a tiny little Easter egg, a little item from the movie. You're just like, oh shit! And I think he was wanting to do something similar with his Star Trek. That it's a completely different Star Trek than what we know and love. But they'll have that wee kind of, oh shit, kind of moment, which I kind of like that idea. Obviously, the Quentin Tarantino idea was going to be around the gangster episode from the 1960s series. Can't remember the title was called. And I like that. Like, I have no idea what is actually happening with Star Trek. I have no idea. Like, Deadline are just saying it's an original idea, and they are assuming it's not going to be Zachary Quinto, Chris Pine, etc. The JJ, universe, the Kelvin timeline, if they, as they call it. Even though it's still produced by Bad Robot, which would be quite cool, I guess, because at the end of the day, the JJ universe kind of finished with Beyond. Like, it kind of just had it that they went back out into space and that was it. So you could just have it that that's it. We just assume that they just live long and prosper. So they could just basically say, clean slate and just go into a whole new version of Kirk and Spock. I don't know, or the whole new, captain. It'd be interesting because it's something that Star Trek don't seem to really want to do. Like, I know obviously with Discovery, they took a chance and they made a whole new original idea. It really has worked. So to see them do that on the big screen, that's interesting. It's a gamble. That's an interesting gamble. What do you guys think? Are you guys sick and tired of Star Trek now? You're sick of the sight of it, like Star Wars? I feel as though Star Trek is kind of getting that way now. Our fans are just like, fuck it. All I'm doing, I'm just going to sit back and wait for a next generation reboot. Young Picard, preferably not Tom Hardy. I saw someone do that. I know he's done it, so hypothetically speaking, he would be good. His clone was a younger version of Picard, meant to have been, so it makes sense. But I'm thinking, I know it's a bit on the nose, but James McAvoy? I don't know. Comment down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks again for your continued support. I really appreciate it. Podcast of the Old Republic. Link in the description below for the podcast. We've also got a YouTube channel now. We're doing like videos and other podcasts, etc. So again, it's the same thing. Podcast of the Old Republic. Link in the description below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.